Good morning, dear students. Today we'll study about basics of charge and scope of total income. See how total income is calculated and what are included in income as per section 2 subsection 24 of Indian Income Tax Act of 1961. That we'll see in today's lecture. See, income tax, it is a tax on income and it is paid on income. So hence we need to know the exact definition or a meaning of income. Everything is not included in income. The things which are included as per section 2 subsection 24, only those things are treated as income in income tax. So we will study those things. So income includes number 1, profits and gains. So if anybody is getting any profits or gains, right, profits in case of a business, gains in case of some winnings, or gains in case of some sale, etc., so that is called as income, right? Profits and gain is first type of income. Similarly, dividend, if you get a dividend from a company, that is also income. If you get dividend from Indian company, it is exempted from paying a tax because already Indian company has paid a dividend in India. But if you get a dividend from foreign company, that has to be taxable. So dividend is also a kind of income. Then voluntary contribution received by. So if anybody is receiving any contribution by the various activities, like a trust or an institution created or established wholly or partly for charitable or religious purpose. If anybody has started a trust which are doing any charitable things, or if they are doing any religious activities or purposes, for that it has started. Now if any contribution has been made to such things, even those things are also taxable to some extent. A scientific research association, section 10 subsection 21, right? If a scientific research associations are there in India, even those are also called as income. If the contribution called as income. A fund or a trust or an institution referred from promotion of sports, right? If any fund is there, or if any trust is there or institution is there which is promoting for sports, and if anybody is contributing to that particular association or trust, it is also income for that particular association or a institution. Similarly, an university or the other educational institution referred to in subclause 3AD or subclause 4. So those institutions are also getting, if they are getting any fees, if they are charging any donations from the students, those are also treated as income for those education institutions. Similarly, hospital or other institutions, right? If any hospital is there or any other institutions are there, if they are getting any contributions from the people, right, or donations from the people or contributions for the people, so even that is also treated as income. Then by an electoral trust, so if any trust has been started or any person has started any trust, so if they are getting any contribution, right, so even that thing is also counted as income for that electoral trust. Now this is the third type, where voluntary contribution is received by these different associations. So the fourth category of income is receipts by the employee. If employee is getting anything apart from the salary, which we call as the value of any perquisite or profit in lieu of salary, which is taxable under section 17 subsection 2, even it is called as income. Like if he is getting any benefits, right, if he is getting any benefits which he is getting apart from salary, right, that benefit is taxable. Or a special allowances we can call, or if he is getting any exclusively benefit for performing some particular duties, right, and that particular benefits is also called as a income for that particular employee. Then any allowances if you are giving him for meeting his personal expenses, or you are giving him some amount of money for leading his cost of life, so even that is also a kind of a perquisites you are giving, it is also a income. Similarly, any benefit or a perquisites, whether you get money or not, right? If you to a person in whether it is given in form of cash or a kind, right? Whether you can convert them into cash or if you can't convert them into cash, everything is treated as income for that particular person, right? Similarly, the value of benefit or a perquisites, whether convertible into money or not, obtained on representative assessee as per sections 160, right? If anybody is getting any value of money, right, which is either convertible or not, for a representative assessee, which is said in section 160, or by any other person on behalf of for those benefit, so even that particular thing is also treated as income. But thing is that here the assessee who is getting that perquisite, he should get benefit out of that particular perquisites, right? He should get benefited by that perquisites. So then we can treat as income, whether it is received in cash or whether it is received in kind, it doesn't matter. Receiving in cash and or kind, it doesn't matter, but he should get benefit out of that perquisites. Now, similarly, the fifth point is income from business, which is said in section 28. This is also income, where you are getting by income by managerial compensation, right? Any compensation you received under income from business, which is said in section 28, subsection 3. Then income derived by trade, profession, or similar association from specific services performed for its members. If you are getting any income by trade, by profession, or by some similar activities or association for performing something, even that is also treated as an income. Then export benefits, duty bags, cash assistance, right? Those all things are also income. If you are doing any export assistance and you are getting income out of it, it is also income treated as per income tax. Duty drawbacks, right? If you are getting any duties, right, or if you are charging some amount of money, right, even you are taking any cash assistance, you are assisting someone, you are helping someone, right? Then after helping that particular person, some fees has been charged, cash assistant we can call that. Cash assistance is also a kind of an income which you have to treat. Then the value of any benefit or a perquisite taxable, the value of any benefit or perquisite taxable. So if there is any perquisites which is taxable, it has to be treated as income, but it should be of the value of any benefit, then it is a taxable perquisite, which is said in section 28, subsection 4. Then some received from non-compete agreements, right? If you are getting any sum received from any agreement, or which has been the agreement which has been formed, if you got any sum, whether it is completed or not, or whether it is fully performed or not, that particular agreement income is also treated as income as per section 28, subsection 5a. Balancing charge and other recipient, earlier allowed as deduction, right? Earlier in the previous year, the amount was allowed as deduction. Now that in the current year, the deduction has been removed, maybe due to some mistake, those things were allowed as deduction. So now that particular amount of deduction which has been allowed now, which has been disallowed, that is stated as income. Then the profit and gains of any business of insurance carried on by a mutual insurance company or by a cooperative society. Any surplus taken to be such profits and gain by virtue of provisions contained in the first schedule. Right? If any insurance company is getting a profit, or any mutual insurance company and cooperative societies surplus if they are getting on mutual funds or insurance or any other activities if they are carrying as per section 44, those all things are also considered as income. Then the profit and gains of any business of banking activities carried on by a cooperative society with its members. That if any banks, when they are doing a banking activities means their activity is what? They are accepting deposits and they are rendering services. Maybe they are giving us loans. When they provide you loans, that on that they get interest, and that interest is a income for a bank. So that interest is also a kind of income. Any capital gains chargeable under section 45. Okay, so if you are getting any capital gains, right, any gains by selling your capital assets, right, capital assets which are recorded on your asset side of balance sheet, those capital assets, when you sell those capital assets and when you get any gain out of it, that particular thing is also called as income as per section 45 of Indian Income Tax Act. Then any sum earlier allowed as deduction and chargeable to income tax under section 59. Okay, so as per section 59, some amount of money was earlier allowed as deductions, right? There are various deductions, like maybe it is a drawings is there, depreciation is there, or maybe it is the capital investment was there treated as revenue expenditures. So no, those kind of things were disallowed earlier, they were allowed earlier as deduction. Now, due to the right rules or due to the verification or auditing, those things should be disallowed. So the disallowed things are treated again back as income. So this is said is as per section 59. Then any winning from lotteries, crosswords, puzzles, race, including horse race, card games, and other games of any sort of, or from the gambling, betting of any form or a nature, whatever, so includes in any game. If anybody is getting any income out of these various types, whether it is winning from lotteries, crosswords, puzzles, horse race, so if you get any income out of it, those all things are also treated as income. Then any contribution received from the employee towards any provident fund, superannuation fund, or Employee State Insurance Act 1949, or any other fund of welfare of such employees. If anybody is contributing towards provident fund, or if anybody is contributing towards employee state insurance or superannuation fund, even that particular amount is also treated as income. Then any sum received under Keyman insurance policy, including the sum allocated by the way of bonus on such policy, right? If you are investing, or if the money has been spent on Keyman insurance policies, right? So that insurance policy, what you are spending on it, it is also treated as the sum what you spend on it. It is also treated as the income of a person. Similarly, the last point, any sum of money or a value of property received as a gift. So if you get any amount as a gift, right, up to some amount it is exempt, right, with effect from June 1st 2010. It is told that it has been held that companies transferred to another company or a firm are covered in this definition as a gift, exempt in the case of transfer of such shares or recognition of business by amalgamation or a demerger. Apart from that, various other things, when you transfer, like some shares are there, if you transfer to someone without any consideration, so those things are also treated as gift. Not only gift should be a property, not only gifts can be a physical existence asset, it can be shares also, it can be debentures also, it can be mutual funds also. When you transfer some of the property in form of these things are also, those are also treated as income as per section 56 subsection 2 of Indian Income Tax Act. Therefore, the income means not only the revenue receipts arising or accruing regularly, but also capital receipts like gifts, even donations. On the other hand, certain revenue receipts like agricultural incomes are left out from the space scope of the term of income. So income doesn't only means that revenue receipts. If you get any income by sale of the goods, that is revenue receipts. That is only the income we can't tell under income tax. Income can be revenue receipts as well as income can be capital receipts. And income can be the current income, what you are receiving right now. And even income can be the accrual, which is yet to be received in the future. That is also treated as income under income tax. So what do you mean by gross total income? As per section 14 of the Indian Income Tax Act, gross total income is the aggregate of the income computed under the five heads after making the adjustment or for set off and carry forward of losses, right? The five heads of the income are, okay, the five heads of the income are income from salaries, income from house properties, profit and gains from the business and profession, capital gains, income from other sources. Right? When you calculate this total income, and then total of these five heads, and then when you do set off and carry forward of the losses, finally the total what you get is called as gross total income or GTI. The aggregate income under these heads is termed as GTI, gross total income. In the other words, gross total income means the total income computed in accordance with the provision of the act before making any deduction under section 80C to 80U. After making the sum total of this, whatever total we get, so generally we call it as GTI. But the income, once you calculate, deduct the deduction under section 80C to 80U, the thing what you get after final, that is called as the total income. However, any exemption allowed under section 10 are deducted from the respective heads before arriving at the gross total income, like conveyance allowance, capital gains on sale of personal effect, dividend income, etc. So before going for the deduction under section 80C, the section 10 or deduction under section 10 has to be reduced. After reducing it only we can get we can come to know about the GTI, gross total income. Finally, the last term is total income. The total income of an SSE is computed by deducting from the gross total income all permissible deduction available under chapter 4, chapter 6, 5 and chapter 6A. Right? Generally we call it as chapter 6A of the Income Tax Act 1961. This is also referred as net income or taxable income. Right? The deductions which are said in chapter 6A, right, those deductions when you remove in the total GTI, the amount what we get in return is called as, the final amount left out is called as total income. So dear students, we have studied in today's class about the meaning of income. We have seen what are the things included in income as per Income Tax Act, and then finally we have studied about GTI, heads of income and total income. Thank you, students.